Let us look at diagonalizing a matrix. Let's say you have this matrix A and it contains the elements A, B, C, D. And then you have matrix B, which contains the elements. Now, to get the elements in matrix B, you interchange the elements in the leading diagonals of A. So D comes up here and A goes down here. Then multiply the elements in the non-leading diagonals by -1. So what we have is negative B, negative C. Now let's multiply them. AB. AB will be A, B, C, D multiplied by D up here minus B minus C, A. Alright? So remember, when we multiply them out in the answer, this that will come here is in row 1, column 1. So we must multiply row 1 by column 1. So now, multiply the first element, right? So it's A times D. This looks like A. This is A times D. It kind of looks like A. It is D. Alright. A times D. So it's AD plus, multiply the second elements now, B times negative C. So it's negative, alright, so it's B times negative C. I put negative C inside a bracket. Alright. After that now, I want to get the element that will come here. It's in the first row and second column, so it's row 1, column 2, so we must multiply row 1 by column 2. So first elements multiplied, first in row 1 by the first in column 2, A times negative B, so it's A times negative B plus, then the second elements now, second in row 1 times the second in column 2, B times A. So it is B times A. After that, you want the next element in the answer. It will come here and it is in row 2, column 1. So we must multiply row 2 by column 1. So remember now, multiply the first elements, A times D. So it's AD plus, then the second elements now, second in row 2 by second in column 1, D times negative C. So it's D times negative C. After that, we have this element here is in row 2, column 2. So we have row 2 multiplied by column 2. So now we multiply the first element in row 2 by the first in column 2. It's C times negative B. So it's C times negative B. Put the negative in bracket plus. Then the second elements multiplied, second in row 2 by second in column 2. D times A. So it's D times A. Alright, what do we have here now? AD. But when you say plus B times negative C, it works out to be minus BC. What about this? A times negative B. A times negative B is negative AB. Negative AB plus BA, same as AB. Then here, AD, so it's AD here, plus, then what you get is negative DC. So let's call it plus negative DC, but it's the same thing as minus AD plus negative DC, right? So let's make sure about this. What we did was to multiply row 2 by column 1. CD is not AD. Why did I put AD here? It's CD, C times D. This was row 2, column 1. You see, you can't make mistake when you're dealing with this thing here. Alright? So it's row 2 times column 1. When we did row 2 by column 1, it was this. And we did C times D, which is DC plus D times negative C. So this really should be C times D. Why did I write A there? It's C times D. So let me change my color black to black. C times D. So this really and truly should be C times D, right? Minus, this is not B, this is D times negative C. So DC, but it's the same as CD. Alright. Now B times negative C is the same as negative BC. Alright? Because it was row 2, column 2. C times negative B plus D times A. Nice. So C times negative B is the same as negative BC plus AD. Let's put them in alphabetical order. Alright. Now, we're really running out of space here. But anyway, let's see what happens here. Negative AB plus AB. What is that? That's 0. Negative AB plus AB is 0. So we can erase it and put 0 there. Right? CD minus CD. That's 0 too. CD minus CD is 0. Right? If we put this in order, we put AD first minus BC second. So it becomes AD minus BC. So what you will get here then is AD minus BC. So it is a diagonal matrix. What you have here is a diagonal matrix. Now, suppose we multiply this matrix by 1 over AD minus BC. Alright, what to do? Let's erase some of these things up here to find space. I'm going to multiply this matrix. Let me put a line here, a partition to separate the work. I want to multiply this by 1 divided by AD minus BC. 1 divided by AD minus BC times AD minus BC, 0, 0, AD minus BC. Now, remember what you do, multiply the number by each in the bracket. So AD minus BC over AD minus BC is what you're going to get here. It's going to be 0 over AD minus BC. This one is 0 over AD minus BC. And this one is AD minus BC divided by AD minus BC. You see that? 1 divided by a number times another number is the same as that other number divided by this. Because if you say 1 over 5 times 3 is the same as 3 over 5, right? Or if you put 3 at the bottom and say 1 times 3 up top, 5 times 1 down the bottom, then you get this. So remember your fractions, right? So, when you work this out, space, need the space. When you work this out, AD minus BC divided by AD minus BC is 1. This is 0. 0 divided by a number is 0. Remember, I know the number divided by 0 is undefined. You can't work it out, but if it is the 0 over the number, then it's 0. AD minus BC divided by AD minus BC is 1. So what you get now is the unit matrix. Now, here, what we did is take a matrix, AD minus BC, right? Let me space it out. We took the matrix AD, not AD minus BC. We took the matrix ABCD. If we interchange the leading diagonal, so you get D up here, A down here, change the sign of B and C by multiplying them by -1. When we multiply them, we get a certain diagonal matrix. And then when we multiply by 1 divided by AD minus BC, we get the unit matrix. So this must be the inverse of this matrix, because when you multiply, you get the unit matrix. Just like when you multiply a number by 1 over that number, you get 1. So this matrix is the inverse of this. And we looked at another video dealing with the inverse, right? So this is really where the inverse matrix comes from. Alright, now we'll try this in another video using numbers instead of just letters.